And then there's this guy. Photojournalist Dan Seelan caught a cyclist apparently unfazed by the blast of winter tonight in Waukesha. Brian, we are a hearty bunch.
We are, and that takes some great
Wisconsin.
balance. That takes great balance.
Really does.
Slipping and sliding there in the snow. And then we have Pete. Hey.
Whoa.
Whoa. Pete, our buddy, is driving the storm chaser following the snow plow. The plow crews are doing a fantastic job tonight. And we have about 2 inches of snow on the ground so far. Watch out for that pole. That hurt. Well, you can see the snow on the roadways there. Hey, we're having some fun on a Friday. It's finally snowing. And we're all kids when it starts to snow, don't we? 26 is the temperature, northeast wind at 15. We're starting to see some gusts over 20. This is that light, fluffy snow. It's blowing sideways, and the amounts of snow could be much higher than they are if the snowflakes weren't so tiny. I've been out there a couple of times today doing Facebook Live stuff, and the flakes are just very tiny. They might get a little bit bigger later tomorrow with the lake effect potential. Wind chills right now in the single digits. It feels like 1 in Fond du Lac, so not only is it snowing, but it's windy and cold. 4 in Sheboygan, and it feels like 14 here in Milwaukee. By around midnight, looking for about 2 to 2.5 inches of snow in Milwaukee, Racine, Kenosha, also down towards Burlington, about 1 inch to 1.5 inches to the north of us when the snow took its time getting going. By morning, and we've been saying this for a couple of days now, midnight to 6 or 7 in the morning is the peak time for the heavier snow. Yes, it's been snowing since 4 o'clock in the afternoon, but the heavier bands are about to come in here, and you will wake up to about 2 to 3 inches, maybe even 4 inches of snow in Sheboygan, 4 inches of snow in Port Washington, and a line of 5 inches of snow from Watertown to Milwaukee. We've dropped that just a little bit from 6, but you're going to probably end up with closer to 6 inches of snow by tomorrow afternoon, and could see some 7-inch amounts down along the state line down in Kenosha County. The advisories are in the northern counties until noon tomorrow. There's winter storm warning for most of the southern portion of the viewing area until noon tomorrow, but Milwaukee, Racine, Kenosha, a winter storm warning until midnight tomorrow night because of the threat of lake effect snow. Heaviest snow bands right now in Kenosha and Walworth County, lighter as you go to the north, but everyone is seeing some snow right now. But look at this heavy band right in here, coming out of the Quad Cities, working its way towards Rockford. That is what is coming in our direction over the next couple hours, and we'll start to put those snow totals up to the 3, 4, 5 inch snow amount by the time you wake up in the morning. The center of this storm is down in Oklahoma and Kansas. This is huge. This is not going to turn toward us. It's going to go due east, it looks like, but the extent of the snow is going all the way up into central Wisconsin, whereas last weekend's storm, almost the identical track, and that snow cut off just below the Wisconsin line. So here's how it all breaks down. Between now and midnight, or I should say around 4 o'clock to midnight, about 1 to 3 inches of snow. The winds are starting to pick up. Midnight to 6 a.m. an additional 2 to 4 inches of snow. 6 a.m. to noon, about 1 inch. Could see a 2-inch amount closer to the lake with some potential lake effect. And then inland sun tomorrow afternoon and lake effect snow possible in a few small areas, obviously along the lakefront. Widespread snow right now, but look, by morning starts to fizzle out, and then by later tomorrow afternoon, these narrow bands of lake effect affecting potentially from Milwaukee down to Racine and Kenosha. That could significantly increase the snow totals in a few spots. Sunday, more sunshine, breezy and cold. Tomorrow morning, teens to lower 20s, 2 to 6 inches of snow when you wake up. Obviously, the heavier amounts to the south. And then about another inch of snow during the day tomorrow, and temperatures in the teens and lower 20s. Wind chills all day close to 0, and wind chills tomorrow night about this time, 5 to 12 below. We're going to get a smack of colder air. Sunday's wind chill all day near 0, and then we're tracking another snowstorm for Tuesday that could bring us another 3 to 6 inches of snow. Stay tuned for that.
So we're packing all the winter we haven't had the last 7 weeks into 4 days.
My head hurts from that pole. You could have told me that was sticking up.
We'll help you out in a little bit. Get some first aid. Thank you, Brian.
Thank you, Brian.